Hey guys, it's Sasha. It's 10:30 on a Sunday night. I'm in my dorm. My roommate is you can guess he's out of his room right now. Out of our room, my mistake. So I decided this would be a good time to talk about my own experiences as someone who has autism or Asperger Syndrome. For me, I think one of the big things, and I just realized this after watching a couple of videos, is that it's almost like if my senses are almost like on overdrive. Not like you'll drive in your car, but like running at excessive speed and you don't know where the brake pedal is. Like a runaway train. Which is kind of interesting to note. So, I know I should be doing homework this late at night, but you know what? I'm in one of those moods where you just say, you know what, forget about it. And I'll get around to it eventually. It's just procrastination seems like a lot of fun. And yet, one of the issues I've had over the years with having a form of autism is my inability to stay overly organized. I do well when I have a lot of structure and a lot of organization. But when I try to modify it a little bit, it becomes an issue. And a big one, too. Like, on weekends, like, I go to sleep late, I wake up late, and all of a sudden, when it comes back to the week, it's 7 o'clock and the alarm clock's ringing, and all of a sudden, basically I wake up and I feel like I'm stoned. But over the years, I've grown up like any other kid, at least in the last couple of years. It's taken me a little longer in some ways. But these accomplishments, in some ways, I've had the opportunity to do a lot of things that many other people my age haven't even been able to do. I've actually driven a car in an international country. I have an autism spectrum disorder, and yet I have actually driven in Canada. And I don't care what you're going to say, Canada is an international country. You go to Canada, you have to abide by Canadian law. Basically, you have to abide by both American law and Canadian law. But when Canadian law takes precedence, you have to follow their laws, not ours. That's the tricky part. But enough about that. For me, autism is it's like kind of being lost. It's kind of, and people have said that you feel like you're trapped in your own body. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like I'm trapped and I can't get out. But in some ways, it's proved to be a blessing in disguise. And I have habits. You notice, like, I'm playing around with a flathead screwdriver. It's kind of like I have a couple of set problems. First off, I always have to have something in my hand. I always have to be fidgety. I always have to have something I'm holding on to. Now, I hate bringing up Freud because everyone has dismissed Freud as concepts of the whole, but his concepts as a background are very, very insightful. First off, I still need to hold things. Number two, when I make eye contact, it's kind of a little awkward, but that's because I kind of need to visualize. I need to process it in my mind and make a mental note of it. One moment, I forgot what I was going to say. And lastly, I don't do well with big crowds, and I've discovered that in not so much of a hard way. I noticed that I get a little uncomfortable and kind of in a daze if I'm at a dance or if I'm somewhere where there's a lot of noise. Like, I hate the fact that I would have to go to a rock concert and I would have to wear earplugs, or either have front row or back row seats. And lastly, I'm very light sensitive. This I noticed just this past, late last year and early this year. It's especially bad when it snows out, because the light is just shining on you. And I have to squirt my eye like this, and it's uncomfortable, and it makes my face look weird as it is. Looks like my eye is permanently closed for some reason, when it's actually functioning. And I've also noticed I have a bit of a droopy eye. Yeah, like right now. This eye's a little squinted. I don't know why, and I know it looks kind of creepy. I wish I could answer that question, but maybe it's that my eye muscles aren't that strong. But that's just a whole story in itself. And I have a hard time speaking very coherently, like transitioning from one word, or one sentence to another, without rambling on a bit, like you've noticed in this video. And I apologize for that if you're watching this, or if you're a close friend of mine and you're watching this and now you're officially embarrassed to know me as a friend. But these things happen. And it is 10:30 at night, and I only got to bed at 3 this morning, so obviously I'm a little tired. But for those of you who are kind of lost and you have autism, but you're blessed that it's not severe as some people, or if you have any form of autism but you don't have that support structure, a couple of things I like to keep in mind. First off, keep a journal. I'm a little egocentric, so I'm hoping that when I die, and once no one gives two hoots about my something bugging my eye now. I'm sorry. But I would keep a journal because it kind of organizes your emotions as an overview of the day. And John Quincy Adams, our sixth president, he kept a journal for over 20 years, and it's kind of cool to see your progress over many years. The people, the places, the names, all those things have changed. And for me, it's been things beyond my control. Some of them have been, some of them haven't, but so that's enough for tonight. I'm tired. I should probably be getting to homework and other things, even though I'm not in the mood. I'm Sasha, and I'll have another video for you guys later. Alright, take care, guys.